Alright, I am back home now after a little over a 2-week tour with Jeff Goldblum and the Mildred Snitzer Orchestra. In the first part of this vlog, I covered the first half of the tour, us going to Phoenix, doing a few shows at the Musical Instrument Museum there, Tallahassee, Nashville, and then Austin. But after that came our next stop, which was San Antonio. This part of the tour became a little more relaxed because we were taking Sprinter vans to all of these destinations throughout Texas, which was pretty convenient as opposed to getting on a flight every time. But once we got to San Antonio, we got to check out a few things like the Riverwalk, which is especially cool over there. The first night as well, we got to catch a show over at Jazz Texas, which is owned by Doc Watkins, and a place I've played at a few times. Then came the show, which was another great audience. Everyone seemed to definitely love this show out in Texas. But next up was our travel to Dallas, Texas. On the way there, we of course had to stop at Buc-ee's, and then it was super cool because the night we got in, we got to go see The Baltimoreans, which is a movie that myself, Alex Frank, the bass player, and our friend Jordan Siegel all played on. Jordan composed the score for that movie, so it was very cool to see it in theaters. Then came the show, which was at the Winspear Opera House, a place that I have played at once before with Michael Feinstein. Again, it was a very fun show overall. Then came Houston, Texas the next day, and this was another sold-out audience. That show went great, and then the next morning, before heading to the airport, we got an invite to go check out NASA, which was very, very cool. If you know me, you know I'm very into technology and space, so seeing all of this was especially cool. I mean, this is the Houston, and Houston we have a problem. Overall, it was an incredible experience there. There was so much to see, including tons of stuff from past missions. One thing I thought was especially cool was the podium that Kennedy gave his speech from. But of course, there are tons of vehicles from past missions, and then a ton of details about the future Artemis missions, which are very exciting. We got to see a space shuttle, and then we also saw a SpaceX rocket booster. Being right up against it really shows you how massive this thing is and makes it even more impressive that it lands vertically. But then after Houston, we flew back to Los Angeles, and I got to go home and reunite with my cat, before then heading to the YouTube Theater the next day for the final show of this tour. Now this show was especially cool because the YouTube Theater is very new and a very cool venue to play at. But then we had a ton of special guests, including Dodie, Emily Goldblum, Veronica Swift, Leah Zager, and then a very cool one for me, Seth MacFarlane. Seth sang Moonlight in Vermont and then did a duet of Me and My Shadow with Jeff, which was especially cool. And just seeing their banter on stage was pretty awesome. This was another show I got to have family come out to, so overall it was a great way to close out this tour. This tour was an absolute blast, and a big thanks to everyone involved. Of course, Jeff Goldblum, Christian Wiggs, Graham Decter, Alex Frank, Joe Bagg, Scott Gilman, Kayla Johnson, and then all of our special guests throughout the tour. Can't wait to do it again soon.